Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and today I'm doing a full solo playthrough of Sherlock Solitaire. I went ahead and I got everything set up. I'll be playing as Sherlock Holmes himself, although you can play as Dr. Watson. And we'll be playing the introductory case, The Valley of Fear. There's one other case, The Final Problem, which changes the rules a bit. I went ahead and I shuffled up the deck. It includes two types of cards. Investigation cards, of which there are 32 numbered 1 through 4, and then 16 threat cards, which are labeled A, B, C, and D. I then dealt out a hand of 4 cards, and there we go, we're ready to begin. Each turn we're going to draw 4 cards, and then one at a time we're going to place 2 cards in our office, and 2 cards into the crime scene. Crime scene on the left, office on the right. And what we're trying to do is to create 3 sets over in our office that contain 4 investigation cards. Now, the way you build a set is a little bit complicated. Each set must start with a number. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play my 3. So you can think of this as my 3 set. I can only play 3s into this set. I can't play any other number. And I can have 4 sets going at one time, 1 for each number. So I can have a number 1 set, a number 2 set, a number 3 set, and a number 4 set. Now that I've played an investigation card into this set, the next card must be a threat. I can't play 2 investigation cards adjacent to each other. I have to alternate between investigation card and threat. And I have this threat here, so I'm just going to play it into that set. Now my next card in this set must be a 3. I can't have any other number in this set. But alternatively, I could have started, a 4 set here. Instead, I think I like this. Now in the future, once I play a 3 here, I'll have to play another threat card. And for the threats, you have to play different letters. So I wouldn't be able to play another D in this set. So just to clarify, in a set, you have to have all the same number, but different letters. And you have to alternate between investigation cards and threat cards. So with our 4 cards, we must play 2 into the office and then 2 into the crime scene. And we can do that in any order that we want. So now that I've played 2 into the office, these 2 must go over here into the crime scene. And in the crime scene area, we're just trying to form pairs. Or rather, we're trying to avoid forming pairs for the most part. Any pairs of letter cards, of those threat cards, that will result in taking a wound. And if we take 3 wounds, we lose the game. So we really want to avoid getting pairs of threat cards out here. Pairs of investigate cards let us do the actions here that are on Sherlock Holmes' card. I'll explain those as we use them. But we didn't get any pairs there, so there we are. We're done. We played 2 cards into the crime scene, 2 cards into the office. Now we just draw 4 more cards. And we get to go again. Now keep in mind, if we ever get 3 of the exact same number or letter in our hand, we can discard that hand of cards if we want and draw a new hand. Also, if we get all investigative cards or all threat cards, all 4, then we can discard that hand and draw a new one. This is perfect for us, actually. We can just go ahead and play this 3 into our set and then play a different threat card. Now, I'd love to play this 3 over here again, but we can only play 2 at a time. These 2 now have to come over here. And we still haven't formed a pair, so we're good. And there we go. We just draw 4 more cards. We're going to keep doing this until we complete our sets or we take 3 wounds. Okay, so the C threat would be perfect for this set, but we didn't get a 3. And the next card has to be a 3. So we're going to have to start a new set over here. I think we'll play this 2 out. So we'll start the 2 set and cap it with the C threat. And then we have this 2 over here. And now this 4 is going to pair up with the 4 that was already there. So as soon as we form a pair, we take that pair and we discard it. And now that we got a pair of investigative cards, we look here and we can see here a pair of 4s will let us take this action, and we must take it. This symbol means that we can search our discard pile for any card we want, put it into our hand, and then play it wherever we want. And again, we must do this. If for some reason we are unable to take these actions, then we just don't take them and we take a wound instead. We only have 4s in our discard pile, so we'll take this 4 and let's just go ahead and play it over here and we'll start our 4 set. Okay, there we go. Okay, look at this. We got the 2, so we can continue that set, and a D. That's going to work out perfectly. And then these come over here. And we paired up the 1s. So we discard them. And the pair of 1s is going to let us move an investigative card from the crime scene over into our office. Heck, moving the 2 or the 3 would be great. Let's move over the 3. That's perfect. And remember, if for some reason we couldn't fulfill that action, we would take a wound instead. So we have to be careful about doing that. Ooh. Well, this is perfect again. Wow, things are really working out here. We can go 2A. That's perfectly fine. Get an A right there. And now we're going to pair up the 2s. Our 2 ability says we need to take a threat card from our office and move it over into the crime scene. That's not good, but luckily we do have this B here, so we'll move that over. Luckily, we haven't paired up any of these threats, but now any threats we move over here, we're gonna pair them up and take a wound. Not good. Now, as you can see here, we have 2 investigative cards that are adjacent to each other. That's okay. It's okay if that happens when we're moving things over. We just can't do it when we're placing. And all we need to do in order to complete one of these sets is to have 4 investigative cards. So we only need 1 more 3 over here and 1 more 2 here to complete these 2. And we need 3 complete sets in order to win this case. Well, this seems like an easy choice, but it might not be as easy as it seems. If we go C and then put the 3 there to complete this set, we then be moving 2 1s over into the crime scene. And that would force us to move an investigative card over, which we wouldn't have one because the 2 1s would get discarded. And so we'd have to take a wound. So I think we do want the C to be here. But I think we'll move one of the 1s over here. We'll start that set, and then we'll move the 1 and the 3 to avoid taking that wound. Now here's that situation. We got all investigative cards. So if we want to, we could discard this and draw a new hand. We can play the 2 here, but we would not be able to play the 4 or any of these 1s. And if for whatever reason you can't play 2 cards into your office, then that's another way that you can take a wound. So at the moment, I think we will discard this hand and draw a new one. Ooh, this is fine. We'll put the 3 there, which we have now completed this set. We can still keep adding to it if we want to, but for the purposes of winning the game, we now have 1 complete set. And then we'll take this A and maybe throw it over here. Let's throw it on the 1. Where they're going to put 2 4s out, which will immediately pair them up. And this is going to let us search the discard pile for whatever we want. And I think, yeah, let's grab a 2 and complete this set. There we go. We just need one more set and we are golden. Yeah, so immediately I'm thinking B and the 4. And then we have the 2 and the 4. And look at that. We're definitely going to be pairing up something this time. Oh no. Well, the A can go here. And we could play the 4. But instead, I'd like to get this B. And it can go here. So there we go. We'll do that. Let's do the pair of 4s first. We can search the discard pile. I'm thinking let's just throw on a 4. And then we're going to pair up the 3s. Now with the 3s, we need to take an investigative card from our office and move it over into the crime scene. Let's do the 1. That'll pair up the 1s. And then we get to move 1 over here. So we'll move the 2. Oh, but we can't. We can't play the 2 over here. So we ignore that and we take a wound. When you take a wound, you just move that over there to indicate that you've taken your first wound. So that wasn't ideal, but now we're in position. We just need a threat and a 4. Well, that didn't work, but those are all investigative, so let's just get rid of that. Ooh. Wow. This is not great. We can get the C here. All we need is one more 4. The B can go here. And then we'll have to put the 3 here, and this D, those are going to pair up. That is our second wound. We now have a major wound, one more, and we lose the game. But all we need is a single 4. Okay, we ran out of deck, so we have to shuffle the discard pile. Oh, there's the 4. Ooh, okay. Well, we can't keep this. Oh, no, we can. We can keep this. Because we could play the 3 and the 4. Okay, I think this will work. So we play the 4. We now have all 3 of our sets that we need. So we just need to finish this round. We'll play the 3 here. That's fine. We now have more investigative cards than we need. We're going to play the 2, pair those up, and we can move over a D threat. And then we play the 3s, pair those up. We have to move over an investigative card. We can move over this 3. And there we go. That's the end. We have 3 sets that have at least 4 investigative cards in them. And there we go. We have won the game barely. Now that was on standard difficulty. You can see here that if we were playing on hard difficulty, we would have actually started with a wound. And then when you play on expert difficulty, you start with 2 wounds. So in other words, you just can't take a wound. That's kind of insane. For the other case, the final problem, what you're trying to do is create a set containing 4 investigation cards and no threat cards. So you have to use your detective powers in order to remove those threats, kind of like what we were doing here with our 3s. That would be the standard difficulty. On the hard difficulty, the set must have 5 cards, and in the expert, it must have 6 cards. And you can also play as Dr. Watson, like I said. He has slightly different special abilities. So there you go. That was a complete playthrough of Sherlock Solitaire. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.